So what I'm going to talk about is travel essentials, custom fitting earpieces. Why do I say these are essential? I used to travel a lot for work. I've always lived in Basingstoke. I had an office in Houston, which made the commute a little bit long. And I also did regular trips to a whole load of places and occasional trips to some of the grottiest places on earth, which meant that I've spent many, many hours in the back of an aeroplane. I never got to travel in the front. The one essential piece of kit is a pair of good noise-cancelling headphones. Why is that? If you're on an aeroplane for more than 4 hours or so, if you cancel the noise of the engines, when you arrive, you'll be much fresher than if you don't have the noise-cancelling headphones. So, for me, these are absolutely the most essential things to have. You've got choices when you're picking up headphones. Do you want in-ear headphones? Do you want over-ear headphones? I found the over-ear headphones are useless because as you move around, they open up and stuff. And certainly if you try and sleep, then they're going to fall off. Do you want wireless headphones or wired headphones? Wireless headphones have a whole load of problems. First of all, there's some airlines really dislike them. Secondly, you've got to make sure that they're continually charged. If you don't, if you forget about them, then they'll run out of stuff halfway across the Atlantic. And secondly, and the other major thing is you need to be able to plug the headphones into the airline entertainment system so that you can watch a film with your active noise cancelling headphones. And then finally, active versus passive. You have to get a pair of active noise cancelling headphones. The passive ones really don't do it for the level of noise cancelling that you need.
What's the difference, Steve?
Between active and passive?
Yes.
So the active noise cancelling headphones, like these, they've got a microphone on the outside, so they actually listen to the noise that you're hearing, and they play the inverse of it out this side. Whereas passive ones are just about blocking the noise out. So you really need a pair of active ones. This is really quite a difficult thing to do. Here's an example. A couple of nights ago, I typed in active noise cancelling earbuds that are wired. And you can see I've selected active noise cancelling over there. It says active noise cancelling over there. The first three options are all passive. And the second one isn't even wired. It's wireless. So you have to work quite hard to find a pair of active noise cancelling headphones. Once you've found them, then you'll find that they don't quite fit that snugly in your ears, despite the fact they have ranges of earbud types. They pull out easily when you're moving around, for example. And they're not completely sealed, so you need to customize them. Okay, here's the stuff I'm using. This comes in 2 containers here for customizing them, and it's available on Amazon. It's nice and soft, pretty easy to use. Basically, the idea is you got your headphones here with the sound hole and the microphone that slot into your ear. What we need to do is to apply the silicone to it. So what I'm going to do is follow this. We get the silicone comes in this case in 2 things. We basically got to get equal amounts of the white stuff. Oh. They sell something similar in Hobbycraft. I don't know if they sell this. Yeah. I mean, there's a whole load of places you can get these. So that's the white one and the blue one. Maybe a little bit more blue. Okay, that's about right. And as long as you don't mix these, then they'll last forever, and you keep them sealed up, they'll last forever. This particular set, I think, is more than 5 years old. Then the idea here is that you're going to mix this fully so that you can no longer see the blues and the whites. It's all one colour. And you can see fairly quickly gets to mix. Still a little bit of blue and white. There you are. Can you see that's all basically one colour across the whole thing? And then what I would recommend is you then take about 40%, and we're going to put this into one ear. So wrap it up around this thing. I've got myself a fairly generous helping of this, you see. Wrap it around a couple of times. I'm going to then stick that in my ear. Well, trying to make sure I don't tangle all that up. And I've got about 5 minutes until this sets, so there's enough time for me to do both the ears.
So during those 5 minutes you won't be able to take any questions from us?
No.
You won't be able to hear.
So we can talk about it now.
No questions. Okay, so that's fairly nicely solid in my ears. Now the reason why I take this bit out is because you can then manipulate this. If you see this, it's pretty floppy at the moment, and basically I can tell when the thing is set, when this bit sets. So do whatever manipulation. Make it into a little tube. And play around with it generally just to see it going. So, thank you. So we manipulated that into my ear folds, and it's going to set in about 5 minutes. If after I've done it, I'm not happy with it, I can just peel it off and try another bit. What we're trying to do basically is put enough in there that it secures itself into the ear folds, that it is clear of the microphone at the back, which is what's listening for the ambient sound, but also so it doesn't get into the actual ear channel. So basically, all we've got in the ear channel is the sound thing. Still not set. It'll be relatively.
Can you recommend any earbuds?
No questions until
It replaces earbuds.
I just wondered if you could recommend any active earbuds.
Active earbuds. Oh, in terms of the earbuds, when I bought these, there were loads and loads of them on the market. These days, the only one I've seen that's available is the Shure one, which costs about 85 quid. But believe me, if you travel any number of times, then that's going to be worth it. I've actually got a better set than this, which I bought about 10 years ago, which I always use when I'm travelling. These ones were the first ones I ever had. I picked these up from a Sharper Image in Houston Airport. So, still not quite there. It's getting there. You can feel it's a bit stiffer. but it's not quite fully set.
I guess you might be able to get more deals on those Shaw ones on eBay.
You might, yes.
Second-hand ones.
So they might not be sure ones.
That's the thing, isn't
Yeah,
it?
you have to be sure of
Thinking of
them.
more second-hand or refurbished ones,
And basically that will be the end of the slideshow as well. Okay, I better go back, I suppose.
What was the name of the stuff again?
So the name of the stuff is, the one I use, Silly Gum.
Silly gum. Silly gum.
Ac-
Pedio silly gum.
Actually, there's two properties that you need to have, and there's a whole load of these silicone things mixes available. The two properties you need to have: one, it needs to be fairly soft because your ears change over the years, and basically you need something that's going to be a little bit gentle on your ears. The other thing is it needs fast setting time. Most of the silicone, I mean, it does all the stuff you want, you can get all the sizes, etc., but it takes 5 hours to set. If you're prepared to sit around for
London to
5
New York,
hours
I mean,
with stuff in your ears, you're a better man than I am. There you go. So that's getting there. That's almost there. Almost there.
Is it possible to get that off once it's dry? You know, if you want to alter it in a couple of weeks.
Once it's dried, it sets, you know, into a single mass. And if you want to alter it, no, you're best to just rip it off.
Oh, but you can rip it off. That's
Yeah,
fine.
it's actually fairly easy. I mean, it's fairly soft material. That's the good thing about it. But you can rip it. Yeah, that's not quite set. But you can see that's a lot more solid than it was. Okay, let's take this one out first. So you can see, oh, that one's just, it's gone a bit into the ear hole, so I just pick that away a bit to unblock the ear hole. But you can see the shape is very much fits into my ears. Now I happen to know the shape of my ears, so I can pick that up and immediately know that's a right hand one and that's a left hand one. And then once you've got that stuck onto there, oh, there you go. I can just rip that off from the front of the microphone. Yeah, so you asked about tearing it. So once it's set, it's actually pretty easy to just rip it.
Does
Okay.
it help things like bass response? Because often if you press an ear pad in, it actually improves the bass response. I wonder whether
It does. It gives you a better. It makes the earpieces sound better. Yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
How does that differ from the Sugru stuff you may have seen?
I've not tried this. Oh, the Sugru. Hang on.
What's that?
Doesn't that go hard?
The Sugru stuff goes hard. So I tried the Sugru stuff before I tried this stuff. There were two problems with it. First of all, it goes much harder. And the second one is the Sugru stuff slightly shrinks, which is actually not very good because it means that
You
it's
can use it
just
for old days and the handles for stuff.
Yeah.
That's quite,
yeah.
You have to use it like really quick, so it's usually used for like making a mold.
Yeah.
So you like I'd make masks with it. You put it on some space, make a mask, take it off really quick, fill that mold as quickly as possible, because within about 5 minutes it's all shrunk and it starts to peel off and it's gone hard and it breaks and it's brittle.
Yeah. So this is pretty good for doing molds and stuff as well. But of course it's soft. It actually squidges. Don't know if everybody wants to. Oh, okay, yeah. so it actually feels more nicer on your ears.
There was something similar to that, using the same kind of concept, but for earplugs. Because I think you can get custom earplugs, which cost a good £100 or so. But what's some kind of set by Stanley and Screwfix, I think maybe by an American company, kind of have the same principle. You have two like silicone.
Yeah.
It's not the same stuff, but it is similar because I think it has to be rated for noise protection.
So similar about 20 years ago when a mate of mine get fitted for some of his motorbikes.
So this stuff is actually rated for making moulds for chocolate. So it's food rated as well. So if you've got something you want to make a chocolate mould out of, you can get this stuff, put it around, pour the hot molten chocolate in, and then it'll peel off. And it peels off quite nicely because of the flexibility.
In Sainsbury's, Fortune's chocolatiers.
Yes, exactly. I'm not sure you'd want to do a chocolate ear, but anyway.
Is it only available in blue and white, or can you get other colours?
You can get other colours. So silicone comes in all sorts of colours. As I said, I was looking at the silicone the other day, and there's some silicone that comes out clear, but you can then mix colours with it, so you can make it whatever colour you want. The trouble is that takes 5 hours to set. So you pay your money, you take your choice. I think the quick setting stuff only seemed to be coming in this fairly. I mean, it's interesting because people think that you're stuffing blue tack in your ear. Okay, so that was my thing. Thank you very much.
So,
that's really good.
how effective do you find it for removing background noise compared to not
Extremely.
having it?
With the noise cancelling, the active noise cancelling, it's pretty. I mean, you can still hear the engine,
Yeah.
but when you get off the aeroplane, you're so much fresher because it's been low volume the whole time. And the other good thing about this is because it's got standard earplug, thing plug there, means you can plug it into the on-screen entertainment. You can plug it into your MP3 player. I still travel with an MP3 player, but there we go.
There's a battery in this bit.
Yes, there's a battery in
Oh,
here.
I see. Yeah.
So that powers the active noise cancelling.
Big fat iPod, hard drive edition. You know what I mean? Big fat wheel on it.
Comes complete with the car.
I used to travel. I used to travel with one of those big iPods until the iPod broke down, and then I found I couldn't buy an MP3 player with the same capacity as the old iPods. But there we
The
go.
trouble is though,
They were beasts though, weren't
if
they?
you have everything on your phone, and you're like, oh, I want to listen to some music, but I've only got 15%, and I need to take a call when I get somewhere, and blah blah blah. You know, just have something else with all your music on, and you know.
So I travel with an MP3 player with specialised MP3 player. The other thing is if you're travelling to somewhere like Saudi or China, then they demand to go through your electronics. So you hide your phone, you get that the secondary phone, which you can install.